Okay, I made this video to share with my viewers brand new ways to mix a cyclic construction, cyclic packet, in particular a 2-cycle, and not harm it, and be able to achieve everything you hope to. So the first 4 here I've talked about and presented, so we'll show you these as well. And then down here, these are new ones I haven't explicitly shown and explained on my channel thus far. Now, believe it or not, these 2 packets here of 12 cards are in some sense equivalent. This is called a 2-cycle having cycle length 6 because there's a pattern that repeats, namely ace through 6, and that pattern repeats twice. Okay, so we're only focused on card value. We really don't care about the colors. Now, it might come as a surprise, but this packet here is also a 2-cycle having cycle length 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So right here, there's a pattern that repeats, Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts, and then it repeats a second time if you're only focused on card value and color. This is cyclic relative to, quote, companion pairs. Companion pairs are cards of the same value and same color. So what I recommend that you do if you want to follow along is set up a packet like this here, which is far more transparent, and then perform what I'm going to show you here and see for yourself that this underlying structure is preserved. And in the end, you'll be able to pair up the aces, the 2s, the 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Similar thing here, okay? So I'll move this one aside, okay? So that's the one I recommend that people maybe set up, okay? Now, the most common way to supposedly mix a cyclic packet, or a 2-cycle in particular, is to just cut it, okay? And that does actually preserve the overall relative position of the cards in this 2-cycle. A better way is the Charlier shuffle, which I've shown extensively on my channel. Okay, so I can have a link in the description below to the Charlier shuffle, but it is a far more convincing shuffle that the cards are being genuinely mixed, when in fact all of the movement of the cards that you just saw is equivalent to just cutting the cards at some location. I've also demonstrated the SuperCUT. So this is where you just count into your other hands, like 1, 2, 3. That reverses the order of these cards here. If you flip them and then move into a Charlier, it puts the order of those cards back to where they were. So this is like Charlier shuffling, or even just cutting the cards. Okay, so this is where you just go like 1, 2, 3. You have the spectator maybe yell out or state a number between, let's say, 1 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip, and then move into a Charlier. Okay, so that's called a SuperCUT. Now this other one, I don't know if I've used it much, but the fact is you can deal any number of cards to the table, like that. Set the other ones here, and you can randomly flip and stack these however you like. So maybe if you want to flip this one and stack it on top, that's great. That preserves a 2-cycle as well. And as you might imagine, even just flipping the cards will preserve a 2-cycle. It doesn't change the relative ordering of the cards among themselves. Now, the new ones for today I want to get to quickly here. These require a packet size that is a multiple of 4. So 4 cards, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and so forth. Okay, so I have 12 here. And I don't know if these are known by anyone out there. I've never seen anyone do these before. And also I want to emphasize that what's nice about what I'm showing you is all of this mixing is keeping it in the realm of 2-cycles. So we're not moving things to mirrored structures and AMPs, and you have to kind of keep track of, okay, where am I on this diagram of structures, like a 2-cycle, mirrored, or an AMP? Well, all of these here are just 2-cycles. Okay, so we're not leaving that organization of the cards, which is nice. Okay, so the first one is just an ordinary left-right, because that's what the LR is, left-right shuffle. Just kind of really point this out on number 1. So do this with your packet ace through 6, ace through 6. Random stack, which is important. And then the K right here refers to the Klondike shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one, the Klondike shuffle. Okay? You can do as many of those pairs, so you have to do them as a pair of shuffles as you like. Let's go on to the next one. Here's another one, just another option. You don't have to do all of these. You can just do one of them if you like, or a few of them. Okay, so I've done the LR right there. Now I'm going to do a Bessey 1-1. This is where you take the top, one from the top, one from the bottom, one from the top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Last one goes on top. Okay. Another pair that will leave 2 cycles alone is to do an even or odd up jog. So here I'm doing an even up jog. This is where you jog forward the even position cards. The cards in positions 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay? And then you just strip these out and then random stack. Okay? But you follow it up with a Klondike. Okay, in this case. So you just do a little Klondike shuffle right here. So those 2 shuffles together will leave a 2 cycle alone. Okay, won't hurt it. And the final one for today is just another up jog. We'll go ahead and jog forward the even position cards. Strip those out, random stack. Okay, and then do a Bessey 1-1 this time. So top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, top, and then that's the last one goes on top. Wow, anyone watching any of that mixing would be absolutely convinced that given the original arrangement of the cards, which I believe you can actually show them because I don't think they would detect any organization to the 12 face cards, you would think that their ending ordering would be beyond the knowledge of anyone. Well, in some sense that's true, but not the structure. So right now it is a 2 cycle. So what does a 2 cycle mean? Well, let me just bring back our cards, other cards for a second. Okay, as we know, this is a 2 cycle. It hasn't even been mixed. Well, it has length 6. The cycle length is 6, which means if you deal it out into 6 piles, you'll be pairing up the quote or equivalent cards. Okay, we call them P equivalent, position equivalent cards. The cards in positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 within their respective cycles. Okay, so if I haven't made a mistake, a similar thing should be true for this packet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's looking good. Oh, sorry, I went off the camera yet again. It's looking pretty good here because the goal was to match up companion pairs. So we got a couple. Oh, we got 3. So we succeeded with 3 of them. And by the way, if you're not wanting any of these cards face up at the end, then just don't do the SuperCUT. SuperCUT is where we're flipping some of the cards face up. So you can do all of this face down if you would like. But let's just check. Are all of these companion pairs? Ooh, that is. What about the last? Oh, yes, that one is. And almost by elimination, this would have to work. And it does indeed. Okay, so I just thought I would share with you additional ways that you can mix these cyclic packets, because most people only think of maybe doing a cut and then perhaps a Charlier shuffle, and that's the end. That's all they think they can do to mix a 2 cycle and not harm it. Well, there's so much more. You have the SuperCUT, you have this dealing here, and then I've just given you 4 shuffle pairs that will preserve a 2 cycle structure in the case of 4 end cards. Anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. It gives you additional tools in your toolbox, clever ways to mix cards and manipulate the cards without losing knowledge of where the cards are relative to one another. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.